The first thing we want to assemble is the thread post. Make sure that the nut is on the thread post. Take the washer and place it over the threaded hole, and then go ahead and screw that down, and screw it down tight, making sure that that's tight and the washer is tight. Next is the thread mast. Make sure that you place the thread guide on, that you orient the thread guide so that it swirls down. Then place the nut on, and then take the washer and place it over the screw hole and place that on, and then tighten that, turn it clockwise and tighten that down. I'm going to go ahead and raise that up there so you can see. I'm going to actually screw that all the way up there and keep turning that until that becomes tight. And you may have to adjust that screw because the important thing, or the nut, excuse me, you may have to adjust that nut because the important thing is that this loop needs to be over the top of the thread mass, or over the top of the thread pin, and then tighten that up until it's very snug. Next, secure the thread guide using the hex wrench and inserting it into the little hex screw and tighten that up. Now the positioning that you want on that, I'm going to drop that all the way down. You want to position that so that this is to the left of this tension assembly. So not all the way over here, but a little to the left, because your thread needs to come through that, U-shape around, and then go to the bobbin. So we want that just a little bit angled there, not directly over the top of it. So tighten that up, and just like that. Next, plug the DC power cord into the bobbin winder. This is at the back of the bobbin winder. And then take your power cord and plug it in to the DC power. And then from there, you'll plug this into the wall. To thread the bobbin winder, go ahead and place a cone of thread on the thread post. Take it up over the loop, and then bring it down through the pigtail. Make sure it winds all the way around and is in there secure. Then, holding on to it, take it to the back of the tension discs and snap it in, and then bring that forward. Now, taking my bobbin, I'm using an easy wind bobbin. I'm going to take that thread and pop it through that little hole there. And then I can go ahead and place that on the bobbin winder. Okay, now let's look at some of the, before we start winding, there is a line, and I'll take this off so you can see it. There is a white line right there, and there is also a light there. When I turn the bobbin winder on, there's a light, and when the bobbin fills and breaks that light beam, it automatically will turn off the bobbin winder. So if it's not filling full enough, we can unscrew this right here, using this screw, and slide this until it fills full enough, or if it's filling too full, then slide it in. If it's not enough, then slide it out. Okay, so to test that, we can also put this on here and kind of see where that bobbin rides along there, and to make sure that that's right. The next thing is that we want to turn the speed down so that it starts at a slow speed. We can turn it up a little bit as it's turning, but we want to start it at a slow speed so that we know we're going to be okay. Okay, we have a start and a stop button. So to start, we'll go ahead and press that, and I'm going to hold on to my bobbin thread. Now if you want to increase the speed, go ahead and turn to a higher speed. I'm going to stop this right now, and I want to turn this so you can see at this direction. You can see as the thread is winding back and forth. That's what you want it to do. So I'm going to turn this back on, and you can see the thread winding evenly across there. If there's an issue that it's not doing that, I'll turn that off for a minute. There is a knob right here that you can adjust and turn that so that this makes the tensioner go out or in so that it will wind evenly. And you can actually, as you're winding the bobbin, you can do a little adjustment to see if that's winding correctly. Now, let's go ahead and turn this back. We're going to wind this. When it gets to the correct feel here, it will automatically turn off. So we're going to turn it on again. And if it gets too full, then we can override that by pressing that stop button. If it doesn't fill enough and it will automatically stop, then we can turn this on and hold it, and it will override the stop and continue winding until we have enough on our bobbin. To adjust the tension so that you have a nice firm bobbin, you're going to tighten it, you're going to turn it to the right, and to loosen it, you'll turn it to the left. Now it should come preset when you receive it, but depending on the thread you're using, if you're using a real fine, delicate thread or a monofilament thread, so loosen it to turn it to the left and tighten it to the right. We have everything set up. Now it's time to finish the quilt.